Hey, what's going on, everyone? So it's always super bright in here, which is why the blinds are closed, which gives me this really nice ghostly like pallor. But I think I wanted to highlight today, there was just a lot that got done. I'm super fired up about it. So a lot with a big asterisk because I think it's probably going to be different for everyone. But let me pull up my list here. So I think we have a lot of groundwork done. We started doing some of the coding. So if we jump into the scene here, we can see right now I have a list of the Archomage cards, and that that list is just being dumped here. I actually found the open source project for this, so it's really handy. We have all of the different descriptions. I had to update and modify a few of them. So that CSV has been saved. Loading the CSV into the list and parsing all the data types. Right now we're just doing some print testing to see if we get those in here. Up next on this side, we need to create the deck, the logic around drawing cards, taking cards out of the deck when you draw them, putting them into a discard pile for tracking, and then shuffling. That will probably be really exciting. There was some updates to some of the scripting. I don't probably need to go in here and update this as well, but there was some weird language. So as you know, I'm heavily leveraging ChatGPT and such for this code. I didn't love how it did the resources, so I went back and updated those to dictionaries. Probably could just pass the resource type into the function, and that will clean up some of this code. But can't expect it to be perfect. I'm certainly not as well. Gameboard hasn't changed. Gameboard's looking the same. I did create a sample card with some sample card text to later, update the card text, make sure all of that works. I need to get some images done in here as well. A question for the group is I don't know if the images are. If I can do multiple PNGs from the packs that I have purchased, or if I have to create them and then flatten the file, we'll figure it out. I'm sure you could probably do some weird things if you did multiple PNGs, probably moving things around on the card, but that could be kind of wild. So yeah, the summary that I got, I love that little feature, being able to just say, hey, tell me about everything we did today, but it's a lot of questions were asked to ChatGPT, a lot of issues. I'll cover some of those in a second, but we got some of the game flow scripting done, the card creation like you see here, resource handling. We did the CSV data import and I had to go find that as well. Now, one thing that was a real pain, and this is the kind of thing you need to be worried, cautious about as you're going through this, especially if you're as heavily leveraging Gen AI as I am, but there was a major issue with this particular section of the code. We kept the Gen AI kept just using file, and it kept giving me weird errors. So I started doing a little research, and it looks like Godot standardized on file access instead of file. They renamed it, and so that was a huge blocker. This is where we have to trust but verify our tools. So that was probably the first and worst coding problem I ran into. Some of the other things were just personal preference. So that's our update. I'm super excited because soon we'll, I think, be able to draw cards from the deck, do some testing. We added those colliders, which will allow us to drag things around. We might actually have a mildly functional game shortly, which is really all I ask. So hopefully you're enjoying the ride. I'd love to know what kind of games you're building. If you have any questions, obviously throw them in the chat. But until next time, take care.